was the first one I wanted to bring up.
Oh,
So
I saw this. I love this.
I'm hearing that Kyle Pitts is a generational future Hall of Fame talent. Is this just the same old pre-draft getting carried away hype, or is there substance to this? And best landing spot. That's the most interesting part, but we can start with it first. So, Vish, generational future Hall of Fame talent. Thoughts on that statement, and do you think there is potential there?
Yeah, I don't think this is the pre-draft hype machine and all of that. Like, I think there's been one or two guys in the last few drafts that have had that sort of talent.
Yeah.
Maybe Hall of Fame is a little rich, but you're looking at perennial Pro Bowler like Nick Bosa. Before that, Myles Garrett. Last year, Chase Young. He's right there as just a football player. He is amazing. When it comes to being a tight end, he can line up inline. He can line up as a Z receiver. He can line up as an X receiver. He can line up as a big slot. He's quick enough and fluid enough to run routes from anywhere. He's got a ginormous catch radius. He's fast enough to beat corners deep. He's strong enough to hold his own against linebackers. He's just an all-around stud. And even the blocking, okay, he's not going to be George Kittle inline, but he competes. He's not a bad blocker. He's actually a solid one. It's not like it's a weakness to his game. I think he's a legitimate tight end. There's definite substance to this. This guy's a superstar. And I do have a best fit in mind. But before I mention that, Blake, tell me, do you also think he's that generational perennial Pro Bowl talent?
Yeah, so I think I've come to more of a realization, but when you do look at Hall of Fame players, there's one thing that pretty much all of them have in common. Now, there is a few exceptions, but they are all the best of the best, like physically and athletically in regards to like, height, weight, measurements, like speed, things like that. Like, okay, maybe Frank Gore's not the fastest, but he's a very rare case. But like, you look at the best receivers or tight ends, they are all just like physically more dominant than pretty much everyone else on the field. Kyle Pitts is exactly that. And yeah, like when you watch him play, it just looks so smooth. Like whatever position he's at receiving, he's gonna look good. And I know pro days are pretty overrated, but like some of his measurables are like literally the exact same, if not better than Calvin Johnson's. And this dude's a tight end. Yeah, I think he'll be really, really good. Like you said, perennially a Pro Bowler. It's kind of like the bar for him, which is crazy because he's a tight end. And I'm interested to see how fast or how quickly he can develop, because tight end is like one of the few positions, I'd say that and quarterback and cornerback are positions that are really, there's a steep learning curve usually. And we haven't really seen a tight end prospect like taking this high. Now, TJ Hawkinson, went early. Eric Ebron went early. Things of
Vernon
that.
Davis.
Vernon Davis. But like he's a little step ladder above these guys. Definitely.
Yeah, and those guys, Eric Ebron took time and never reached Eric Ebron. Vernon Davis took Mike Singletary saying, can't coach with them, can't win with them. I want winners, for Vernon Davis to become Vernon Davis. And TJ Hawkinson, his rookie year was solid, but now his second year, he's taken off. And so this guy is definitely really special. Jamal brought up Cincy as a good fit. I don't think he should make it to Cincy. To me, Atlanta is a perfect fit. And in regards to his talent, like I don't think it's a stretch to say he wouldn't walk into the NFL and be like a top 6 tight end. Like he's not going to be better than Kittle, Kelsey, Waller. TJ Hawkinson, but I think in terms of like Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith, he's going to be close. He's really, really good, but let me not get away and go to the best fit. To me, it's Atlanta. Atlanta's already got Hayden Hurst, who's kind of a Swiss Army knife and a good all-around player. They got Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones. Arthur Smith likes to use heavy personnel sets anyway and build off of this run game. Matt Ryan, I still think, has something left. Take the best player in the draft. Kyle Pitts with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley is scary. And Matt Ryan is still super accurate, still knows where to go with the ball, still super smart. I think that's the perfect fit for Kyle Pitts. And I also think in terms of value, after 3 quarterbacks, go and get the best player in this draft at number 4.
Interesting. Yeah. So the Falcons are kind of in a weird spot here. They're between all the teams that want a quarterback. So it's kind of like non-quarterback position. They get first pick of the draft in that sense. I think it's Miami. I really do. I think he's the best landing spot. The Falcons would be a really good one. Like, I'm not going to say it's not. I mean, pretty much anywhere with a need at tight end is a good one, but they already have a lot of good offensive weapons now. Julio's getting up there in age and may not be the best just because of injuries. And honestly, that's honestly why I think so. But he would feel nice there. But I think the Dolphins would be awesome because they're kind of missing that number one like superstar guy. Now, Devontae Parker is a really solid receiver, but he is not the athletic specimen that Kyle Pitts is. And Kyle Pitts could be the number one guy. On the Falcons, he would have to compete with touches with a lot of different dudes, receivers, sorry. But I think if he went to Miami, he would be the number one guy. Now, him getting passes from Tua versus Matt Ryan, if I was him, I'd rather get passes from Matt Ryan 10 out of 10 times. Not a question about it, but Tua ain't no bum, at least not in my mind. So I think that is his best landing spot. Stays in Florida, no state income tax, pretty nice little deal there. But yeah, I think I think Miami would be the best because he can be the alpha true number one guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to argue with Miami because it's a perfect spot, and I think he's what the doctor ordered for Tua. Yeah. I'm not the biggest guy on Tua. I've never been the biggest guy on Tua. I've always felt like the hype was a little bit overblown, but I still think he didn't have the worst rookie season ever. I mean, he didn't make any horrible mistakes. He didn't make any big-time plays, but he didn't make any horrible mistakes, and I think Miami can definitely win with them next year. So from that standpoint, I definitely think that Kyle Pitts would be a perfect fit because he's kind of what the doctor ordered. Like you said, they need a number one option, and he'd be the guy. So I definitely like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like I said, like I could see it going either way. Like I think he'll be good regardless of where he goes. It's more of just like, should he go here or should he go there?